special guest with me, Miss Tanya. So in Sacramento, no matter what area, young African American males, they are the most vulnerable victims who fall into the crab in a bucket syndrome of the streets. For numerous of reasons being lack of father figure, environment, social association, and many more. Unfortunately, this leads to many lives lost and hopeless mothers who yearn for a child they'll never get back. Turning her pain into passion, Miss Tanya continued to bring a legacy and remembrance to her child's name, Destin Garrett, also remembered as Nutter. Both Miss Tanya and Mr. J are the founders of the nonprofit 21 Reasons Scholarship Foundation. This foundation is organized to promote health, wellness, self-care, support, and healing into the community. As the old saying but relevant saying goes, it takes a village. So welcome, Miss Tanya.
Thank you, thank you.
So introduce yourself a little bit and give them a little bit of your
So, like Bree said, my name is Tanya Bean Garrett. I'm a native from Sacramento, California. Born and raised here. I live in the community of Oak Park, which has been which is one of the most founded historical neighborhoods in Sacramento. We are a big city, a big county, and we're about our village, we're about our folks, we're about our people. Like she said, my son was unfortunately shot and murdered in June 11th of 2016. He was shot June 9th, he died June 11th, so he fought 78 hours to be exact. And just got tired and, gave his life to the Lord, but, well, I should say the Lord took him home. But as that, it taught me two things when my son was shot. And one is that, you have to be very profound when you have children. What I mean by that, you have to be in their business, know their business, know what they're doing. I mean, they're going to get mad. They're going to be like, leave me alone. But at that point, it's not like that. And I was in my son's business, but it was just some of the things that we deal with. Mental health is big in our area.
Yeah.
And when I say mental health, I don't meaning like crazy, walking and drink, talking. I mean mentally, what people go through, whether it's a lifestyle, whether it's something that happened to them in home. So the person that killed my son was dealing with some issues. And what I mean by in the business, because when I have children at your home and you have your children's friends come over, you're thinking because you're giving them hugs, you're giving them love, you're letting them stand the night, you're letting them feel that it's okay, but naturally they have things that are in the back of their minds that they need to talk about. So the person that shot my son was dealing with a lot. So now that I have my organization, I deal with that. I talk to kids. I want to get in their business. I want to get in depth with them. I want to know what's on your mind. What happened last night?
Because they might not have an outlet at home to be able to express that.
Exactly.
So it's important we have people
in the community. Thank you so much, because that is it's important. You don't realize how important it is until tragedy happens.
Yeah.
And like the old saying is, it's God's plan. Very true. But I do feel sometimes that things can be avoided. No, we never know when we gonna go, how we gonna go. But I do feel like that sometimes things can be avoided, and that's when it comes with parenting. Whether it be, and when I say parenting, you don't even have to be a parent to be parenting or be parenting to someone. You can have a little brother, little sister. You can be there for
them
them
in any way you can,
and the best you can. So, and then that's why I'm so hard and stuck on what I do, and I keep it. I've always been that community mom as well, because I raised boys. And
we see you at the games when I used to cheer.
Yeah. That part, and I was like, go Raiders. Or go, what was I?
The Dragons.
But I can't, because I'm a Sacramento Raiders fan too, so, but yeah.
Oh no.
Yes, the boys play for the Raiders, so.
Yeah.
But it's just, it helps a lot. It just helps a lot, because there's also saying that you reach one, you teach one. If that's what I'm at. If I can reach one person and teach somebody something, whatever I talk to them, they're going to tell somebody.
And it's contagious. It's a ripple effect.
Exactly.
So they're going to tell someone too.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to get into the question. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so being involved in the community, what are some of the most common issues you see or deal with on a day-to-day while dealing with minors?
Ooh, one common thing is, I could say the most common thing I see dealing with is property. You know, and I mean not just, you know, poverty meaning that, just that mental poverty, like our young babies are not getting that nutrient, that conversation that they need. I call that poverty. I call being able
The
to
feeding of like feeling hopeless, no opportunity.
right, no get back, no get up. You know, they don't have that. You know, there's no more Medeas out here. You know what I mean?
This show isn't.
You know, there's no.
But then too, like we take that for granted, but it's really to help
Right,
us in our
right.
lives.
And I said it Medeas because my grandmother, my mother's mother still living. She's 100. And I tell you, just by me touching her skin, I feel some of the pain and the things that she went through. And when I say Medeas, because we got Medeas, like that's something that I still go there and I ask her like, what happened when such and such, or you know, I might say, you know, when you was walking to school, girl, she'll tell me the miles and you know, sometimes without shoes, you know what I mean, things that you learn. And I mean it is because we need those older generations to keep us living. Because things are changing every day.
So visit your grandmas, your great grandmas.
Please do.
Cause you can really learn something, from them. Yeah, that's true. Okay. You dropping gems for us.
Okay.
Do you think there's been an increase in young women being involved in the streets? If so, why?
Or women, and you can actually just drive down Stockton, going that in by Florida Road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The guidance is just not there no more. I think they're taking this social media things and this
To the head.
to the point where they think, you know, well, because Cardi B made it on the pole and now she's the singer. No, everybody ain't Cardi B.
Right.
You know, and everybody just can't be everybody. You know what I mean? You got to figure out what you want to do yourself. And I believe that, you know, if you got to do what you got to do, then go for it. You know, to have some respect and some dignity about yourself.
Yeah, the morals, the values,
the values,
don't be there.
Right, and that's what they forget. You know what I mean? And don't ever let no man tell you what you got to do. And I just believe that our sisters there are not, you know, they don't treat themselves as queens.
I think too it's deeply rooted trauma, like, and sometimes it's just passed on from their parent or what they seen as a child, and they never dealt with it, and so it's affecting them in the long run because it's like you think you're hurting someone else or doing what you're doing for your benefit, but you're really hurting yourself at the end. How can we specifically for young women play a part in the community to help guide and support individuals we know that are involved?
Say that, can you repeat that again?
So how can we as young women play a part in the community to help guide and support individuals we know that are involved, like say our brothers or cousins, close friends?
Be true to yourself. Be true to them. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta find someone that has been there, because you might not be able to. Okay, I'm just gonna say, for instance, I lost my son. Right, a person that hasn't lost a child can't tell me how I feel. Sometimes you gotta play that part. You gotta be able
Put
to
yourself
in their shoes. You know what I mean? And you gotta sometimes, and even if you don't know the right words to say, then just don't say nothing at all. Because one word can
Mess it
can
up.
mess the whole thing up. So sometimes, you know, I never been, you know, I wasn't a person that, you know, did a lot of things that a lot of my friends did. So I just kind of listened to them, because sometimes the main thing you can do is listen to somebody, and sometimes it takes nothing but to listen.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes your opinion doesn't really matter.
They just want to listen.
They want to listen to you. So I think sometimes you just have to. But I mean, if it's a sibling and you know, okay, then you know, maybe you know, you like, okay, I don't know what to do. Then you find something, and you can you know, search, because I'm sure there's somebody, some friend that done been with
Going through the same thing
that they
you
going to. Because sometimes the worst thing that people can do is talk about something that they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So just be there and just be like, you know, I'm just gonna be here for you, and we're gonna figure this out together.
True. Yeah. it true that mothers with sons encourage dating because it's a chance it could protect their child from being in the streets? Because I hear that a lot. Like, growing up, I hear, black moms do that for their sons.
Try to find their mate.
Yeah.
I've been there. I tried it with my oldest son, because I was learning, one thing parents don't come with no instructions. So, of course, like my sexuality, my boys know I want them to be with other women,
Yeah.
I mean, if they choose something else, okay, that's something I'm going to deal with it. I feel like, we don't want our kings, just with triflings or just with women that don't give a shit about themselves. Because pretty soon they're not going to give a shit. Or them.
Yeah.
So why would I want somebody with my son like that? So, yeah, when we as mothers, we can be very, very overprotective. And we can be like, well, I think this person might be good for you. So I don't think it's so much of them, the parents protecting. I think it's just trying to find that right somebody. But at the end of the day, that's not up to us.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's like a community myth that I hear a lot. So I just wanted to see.
I tried it.
Yeah. Okay, so do you think there's been improvement on lowering the death rate in Sacramento against African American males?
I feel like it has gotten better. I can say organizations like myself, we are pushing to make that a greater cause,
Yeah.
Has it stopped? No. But I think it has. I think our racial numbers have went down. Being that we're having more community involvement and things, I think a lot of our young men are finding it that, it's not that cool or that ethical that you have to go out and shoot a gun.
I think that some of them are waking their game up. Like, you only have one chance in life, and it can be gone that fast.
That fast.
So
Or anything
play it
around
smart.
you.
Yeah.
Anything around you. And I think they are learning too, because what I'm seeing that's happening is that how I see that the racial numbers going down, because they're really understanding that they're not just putting themselves in jeopardy, because, see, that's another thing, like, these ain't gangsters no more. They don't even have a clue.
What they doing?
They don't. Because...
That's true,
because
too. But social media is influencing our music, and I feel like some people aren't consciously aware of how to separate the two, what's reality and what's just music. Because some of the artists that rap about it, they're not like that, and then you have some that are, but are trying to change too.
That, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Because even back in the day, like our gangster even the time before me, but I could just remember, my brothers, my older brothers and them, when they was, riding around, but they were about putting businesses together. That's what's gangster. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we gonna work, we gonna do this, we gonna hustle, do this to put this together. That's how we got our Flowers Fish Marches and our
Shout out to Flowers.
Shout out to Flowers, yes, because they came from that life, and I just feel like that's where we're missing, that what you're putting in or what you're putting out, you need to figure out how you're gonna put in and make it work.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. For the ones who aren't involved but associated, what is some advice you would give them?
I would just say the ones that are involved are not.
Are not involved, but they're associated with people that are.
Association is the main kill. Like, that you got to be careful. I mean, anybody. To me, I have to still watch who I ride the car with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because some people don't have your best interest.
Right, and you just don't know. And you ask questions. So I feel like, you don't have to be the one that, no, I'm not going to be with. Just watch and pick, choosely who you be with, and ask questions. Don't ever be shy.
Yeah.
Don't ever be shy, And I used to always tell my children too, like even when you get in the car with people, so they say you ask, who is this? You know what I mean? Or even if it's somebody and you ain't seen in a long time, okay, I ain't gotta worry about nothing, in the back seat, right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you ask
because your life is in danger.
Right, because you don't know what that next person did or, been involved with or who after or, I mean, anything can happen I'm not saying that, but I just say just be very cautiously mindful.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the last one.
Okay.
Out of the 21 reasons, which model sticks out to you the most and why?
I got you. The number 21.
I got you. Why you put that one?
because that was one of the most famous words that my son would say to me all the time. I got you, Mom. I got you. So, and I made that my last number, you know, because that's what I feel about my community. You know, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, I might not be able to have what you need that day, but trust and believe I got you. I'm gonna make sure that whatever request that you're asking me to do,
It's gonna get done.
it's gonna get done.
Yeah.
So I got you.
That's a good one. One of my favorite ones is no one can stop what God has planned for you. That one, I don't know, I feel like it's speaking to me personally now, because even with obstacles that you face or people that even try to derail you, like, if it's meant, God is going to put you right back in your path of what you need to be
Absolutely.
doing. So, that was one of the ones
Thank
I
you.
liked.
Thank you.
Of course. And
So-
thank you for
You're welcome.
doing this with
You're
me. I really appreciate it, because I feel like it's very important and crucial to talk about now. Like, I know I'm a girl, but I'm around, I see. So I
Right.
feel like it should be spoke on.
Right.
So,
You know, and I feel you because I've been your age, so I know. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I just had the opportunity to raise boys. You know what I mean? I didn't have daughters, so I had to, you know, I had to be one of like another one is my number 9. We always faced with challenges.
Mhm.
So no matter what, you know what I mean, you're gonna be faced with something somehow. It's never gonna be a peachy, you know, just that
Easy,
easy
yeah.
road walk. You know, it's not gonna be a cakewalk. But just remember that that challenge that you're facing, just to, you know, have that a stepping stone to where, you know, and just be mindful, stay woke,
Yeah,
stay woke.
that's true. But some people like to be woke, but too
Too woke,
woke.
right.
Like,
And I mean woke by paying attention to
Yeah.
everything and anything, you know, because only you can have you.
that's true.
You know what I mean? Only you can make you, you know? And you know, not saying that it won't happen or, you know, you won't get that mate, you know what I mean, that won't, but just still, you know, just always remember that, you know, you, who makes you.
Yeah.
And
She's
just-
dropping gems for y'all.
Just follow www.21reasonscholarshipfoundation.com. I do a lot of community work. I'm also a referral resource, and I got you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.